What's up everyone? Welcome to Momentum WOD, strength training programming for your jiu-jitsu performance. My name is Brandon and today I'm going to coach you through this Evolve WOD, a functional twist on traditional strength training using a single kettlebell. As you may or may not know, the Evolve system is one of 3 kettlebell performance systems, all of which are included in your Momentum WOD premium subscription with full access also provided in your 7-day free trial. You can sign up for a free trial at momentumwod.com/join-now. Today's Evolve WOD will be a push, pull, swing style workout developing skills relevant to further your jiu-jitsu performance. Today's workout will involve 2 different sequences of exercises. Your first sequence will be as follows. You'll begin with a pushing based movement, the armbar bent press, for which you'll perform 5 repetitions each side. For your pulling movement, you'll move on to the crossbody chop, 10 repetitions each side, and then finish off with a kettlebell snatch, 10 repetitions each side. You'll run through that sequence following the cues in the video 3 times through. As always, if you're unfamiliar with any of these movements, be sure to pause the video and access the premium exercise library, which is included in your Momentum WOD free trial at momentumwod.com/join-now. Let's grab your kettlebell and get started with 5 repetitions of the armbar bent press on each side. Good luck today. Similar to the bent press, the armbar bent press is a movement that is enabled and facilitated by the lat muscle, the large wing-like muscle that appears to extend off the side of your rib cage. Activation of the lat allows for control of the press not only during the concentric, but the eccentric portion of the movement as well. Within each sequence, you're only going to be given 15 seconds to get ready for the next set. With that being said, for your next exercise, you'll be performing 10 repetitions of the kneeling crossbody chop in each direction. Two quick tips for the exercise to come. 1. If you've never performed a kettlebell snatch before, regress the movement back to a kettlebell swing. 2. Regardless of which exercise you choose to perform, make sure that you have chalk on hand so you can maintain grip strength and reduce any extra stress that is placed on your hands, wrists, and forearms. Alright, that marks the end of round 1 of sequence 1 of this workout. You're going to perform that same sequence 2 more times before you move on to sequence 2. In between now and your next round, you're going to have a minute to rest and recover. Grab some water if you need it, but continue to stay active in some fashion. Anytime you're recovering during the course of this workout, we want it to be an active recovery. Don't stop moving. The bent press is typically thought of as an exercise that tests thoracic spine rotation, shoulder stability, core stability, and hip mobility. The armbar bent press will do much of the same to varying degrees and in a slightly different manner. The kneeling crossbody chop is intended to be a pulling movement in each direction, actively pulling the kettlebell across the body on the ascent of each repetition, as if you are digging a hole with a shovel, and then actively contracting the lat, pulling the bell back across to the original down position. If you are opting to perform the snatch during the course of this workout, it's important to know that the muscular activation patterns mimic those of the kettlebell swing, meaning that the power generated from this movement is derived from hinging the hips and powerfully driving through the heels rather than pulling the kettlebell through the upswing with the arms. Kettlebell armbar is an excellent exercise to get your body primed for more dynamic movements later in a workout. The armbar will help you get acquainted with shoulder and core stabilization patterns before moving to more challenging tasks. The armbar bench press takes that fundamental movement a step further. Kettlebell training has almost infinite applications for jiu-jitsu, and this exercise is the perfect example of 3 valuable skills that translate directly to your jiu-jitsu performance. Specifically, core strength through rotational patterns mimic the muscular activation patterns of sweeps. Pulling power is a necessary skill when training in a gi to close the distance and secure takedowns, and increasing grip strength will help you to be less prone to many of the common injuries that plague jiu-jitsu practitioners. After this set, you're going to be given an extended break, at which point I'll describe to you what's going to come for the rest of the workout. You got 10 repetitions of the snatch on each side. Let's go. And that puts a cap on our first sequence of this workout. You're going to get an extended 2-minute break before we start our second sequence. Grab some water if you need it, rest up. I'll check back in a little bit to let you know what's to come. All right, everybody, we've got about 45 seconds before we get started with our second round of this workout. For this round, we'll also be adhering to a push, pull, swing sequence of movements. For your pushing movement, we're going to start with the kneeling bent press, which is a progression off the armbar bent press that you performed last round. For your second exercise, we'll focus once again on grip strength and pulling power with a halo to curl 10 alternating repetitions. And lastly, once again, we're going to finish off with 10 repetitions of the snatch on each side. Grab your kettlebell and let's get to it. 5 repetitions of the kneeling bent press. Let's go. As opposed to the performance of the kneeling overhead press, the kneeling bent press is performed with the same side knee in the tall position as opposed to the opposite knee. For your next exercise, you'll be moving to 10 repetitions of the halo to hammer curl. The kettlebell halo is often thought of as a shoulder mobilization exercise, but if performed properly, in reality this is not the case. The shoulder should be stable during the halo, while mobilization should be occurring with the scapula. This is an important distinction because the shoulder is already inherently an extremely mobile ball and socket joint. Adding more mobility can provoke instability and lead to injury. The moral of all this is that the movement should be controlled by engaging your lats and bracing your core. Injuries are already way too common in jiu-jitsu. I'd rather we help to prevent them rather than contribute to more. The snatch is an intricate movement that requires precision. If you notice the bells slamming on your forearm at the top of the upswing, make sure to keep the elbow close to the body to direct the bell in a more vertical direction rather than a horizontal trajectory. Alright, that marks the end of your first of 3 rounds of this sequence. You got 2 more to go and a minute of rest in between now and then. All right, we're back to round 2 of 3. We're starting with 5 repetitions of the kneeling bent press on each side. Notice that Anna initiates this movement by rotating her thoracic spine first. From there, she establishes what is called her lat shelf. She engages the lat muscle and rests her triceps upon it, and then presses her body away from the weight rather than pressing the weight away from the body. Essentially, the bell should stay in the same position throughout the entirety of the exercise. It's your body that does the moving. While the hammer curl is often overlooked for more traditional biceps curls in which the forearm supinates and more dynamic kettlebell exercises like the kettlebell swing, there is actually significant value to performing this movement for the jiu-jitsu practitioner. Forearm endurance and strength are valuable assets for the submission artist. The hammer curl excels at promoting both of these things. That's 2 rounds down and 1 more to go. Got a minute of rest before then, but this is the home stretch, so let's not get complacent. Let's stay focused and finish the task at hand. Most people will appreciate a degree of asymmetry when performing this exercise, noticing a difference in shoulder stability or hip mobility from one side to the other. While the exercise and movement should be challenging, it should not be painful. Work within the range of motion that your body allows for, which may be different from side to side. Whether you opted for swings or snatches today, you've likely had a lot of practice with regards to the exercise you're about to perform. With that being said, let's make this next set, which is your last set, your best set. Finish this workout out strong. As you finish out the last few reps of this workout, I have to say congratulations for a job well done, and I have to thank you for joining me today. I'm proud of the work you did. This was not easy. Good job, and I'll see you next time.